Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Now, this is not my normal type of content, and in fact it is pretty sloppily made, as I'm not going to be putting any music or anything. In fact, this is not going to be a really edited video, as this is just kind of a quick grab the views while you can video. That is part of it, but a small part of it. Right now you're watching me draw a quick less than an hour sketch of Ultraman Blazar. And yeah, the reason why I wanted to make this video because one, because I need to make more content generally, and just kind of a faster pace. I need some filler content for a bit. And two, the big reason is because I am genuinely excited for Ultraman Blazar and I have some thoughts. Like, this trailer, it has gotten me so hyped for something new Ultraman in like a long time. I mean, okay, when it comes to new generation Ultraman, I genuinely have no problems except with Trigger, but even Trigger, I acknowledge there's great stuff, but and while I was hyped for Trigger, Zed, and whatnot, I was hyped for them release, none of the current new gen or I'm are we going to even consider Blazar new gen, as this is touted as a soft reboot? Um, Nothing has intrigued me more from the recent era of Ultraman, let's just say, than this Blazar trailer. Because, oh my goodness, the tone it's going for is something we haven't seen in Ultraman in quite a while. And this looks like this show's going to be doing a lot of new things. Um, I need to stress that, see, first of all, the host being the captain of the Defense Force has never happened, and it's super exciting new territory. But what's very special to me as a Ultraman fan since high school, I'm 27 now, and I'm getting close to 30. And we've seen, like tokusatsu heroes, and let's just say, most superheroes in general are, they kind of range from, late teens, early 20s. That sort of line, especially in the toku space, those are the main age groups, late teens, early 20s. Those are the heroes. So, and it makes me, so the older I get, the less I relate to the Toku heroes, but it is something really special to see a 30-year-old mainline, like 30-year-old host, a 30-year-old main protagonist in an Ultraman show. So for me right now, it's something like, oh my God, this is a character I can probably relate to more. Yeah, granted, yeah, I'm not in my 30s yet, but I'm closer to 30 than I am to 20. So seeing that, it truly means something special to me, and I think it means a lot to a lot of, older Ultraman fans like us, who are like, who might felt, we were growing distant with kind of the relatability with the main heroes, being the 20-year olds, but um yeah, this is like really great to see an older hero portraying the host as Ultraman. Speaking of Blazar himself, I am in love with the design. I am thoroughly on board with this design, this asymmetry, this Nexus, the Next inspired. I love the flame on the head, the red and blue. That's just like so chaotic. If you've been seeing my recent videos, or I should say, if you've been following me on Twitter and Instagram, and you've seen my Gridman video, you might have noticed that my style has I've started to shift a little bit into something that I'm hoping to channel this more chaotic, sketchy energy. So I'm really liking this chaotic, energy with this design with the red and blue. Just, and again, the asymmetry, it's really neat. I also have a thing with Ultramans that have like blue lights on their heads, in such a style. Like I am thoroughly loving the flame. Um, and yeah, Blazar being based off of, an actual thing, and apparently they did it right. You should watch Matt Frank's video about, how it kind of breaks down what a Blazar is, and it's really cool and explains why we're not seeing a beam coming from the Blazar, but rather a javelin, a, a light javelin. What I mean by light javelin, I mean like a javelin made with light. Um, Another thing that I like about Blazar is just how alien he looks compared to other Ultraman. I mean, Ultraman in general has sort of an alien look, but Blazar here very alien. Even the henshin device. Oh my goodness. Um, I haven't been interested with the latest Ultraman, henshin, devices. Not gonna lie. Admittedly, Trigger kind of look cool, but none of the new gen stuff kind of like made me want to go out and buy them. But I gotta admit, the Blazar Henshin device, I might need to get. I might need this. Yeah, that one's piquing my interest. And I also love how the show is like abandoning the new gen tropes of fusion forms and legacy gimmicks. Okay, as a nerd, I like legacy stuff. I like that. But I gotta admit, the fusion stuff, while it was cool in Orb, and I still liked it in Geed, I thought they were going a bit too much with the legacy stuff. But they've been slowly distancing themselves slowly. But this one is like it went from 10 miles per hour to like 75 miles per hour. Like, yeah, screw the legacy gimmicks. And this is the form we're gonna see of Ultraman in the show. There's no hint of another form change. I mean, I bet you in the midway season we might get like another form, but who knows, right? This is another thing about Blazar from that teaser is that this is like the direction is so different than what we've seen from New Generation. We do not know it's going to be going the same formula. Like there's so much differences just from this teaser alone than we've seen of any of New Gen that that's already subverted our expectations. Um, it's like sorry, I'm kind of tripping over my words, but it's really cool to like have an Ultraman series where you're not entirely sure what's going to happen. Also, the fact there's no hint of a mainline villain. That's another cool thing. Like, Blazar has gotten me so intrigued. And also being the main series director um, is the same as Ultraman Z. I love Z. I've been watching the English dub, and I am thoroughly enjoying the English dub. I Orb also is one of my favorite seasons. Ultraman, like Orb and Ultraman X are some of my favorite of the new gen seasons. Um, so yeah, shoot, I should have had the name pulled up. I am disrespecting the director's name right now by not even mentioning him. Give me a second to look up name. Ah, Taguchi. There we go. Yeah, Taguchi-san. he's the main series director, and he's been doing great work with Ultraman in the new gen. Uh, so there's again, I probably missed some points, or I kind of like abandoned some points. I'm going off the rails. This is a very tangy, rambling video. Like I said at the beginning, sloppily made video, but I need to get my excitement out there more than I can really get out even in a Twitter thread. There was some stuff that, while I am so hyped for Blazar, I'm hyped for this, defense team that we still haven't seen fully. Like, we only seen the captain, who is also the hero, but we know the defense team is named SCARD, for Special Kaiju Reaction Detachment. SCARD is such an epic name. I mean, holy crap. That is the most epic sounding defense team name we've ever gotten in the Ultraman franchise, I believe. Sure that you got Dash, you got the Night Raiders. Okay, Night Raiders. That's a pretty epic name. Not gonna lie. Guts. That's pretty cool. But Scarred. Ooh, I like saying Scarred. It's like there's some like oomph to that name. It sort of reminds me how Teen Titans, the 2005 show, the cartoon, they couldn't call Deathstroke because the word death was in him. So they just referred him by his real name, which was Slade. That's the energy I'm getting from the name Scarred. But the cool thing about Scarred is that they're doing what Storch did, and we're getting a mecha. But this is cool. It's not like Sevengar, which, don't get me wrong, I love Sevengar. It's not like Sevengar, King Joe, or Windom, or the Nurse Dese, where they're all based on an old kaiju. Earth Garon, that's the name of the mecha, who very much is Mechagodzilla. Like, it feels like Mechagodzilla, but with an Ultraman coat of paint. I gotta say, I love the design. I love what I'm seeing about Earth Garon. But I am taking a double check. This is a... Okay. So, there was a kaiju in the Ultraman series named Garon. Already. And that was actually from Ultraman Leo. So another Ultraman Leo kaiju, at least being mentioned. But Garon is part of a duo, Garon and Licha. So looking at the designs of the Ultraman Leo kaiju, based on Earth Garon, we see in the trailer, they are not the same. This is like straight up a new kaiju, a new mech, completely new. And I am just loving that design. Another thing I love that I don't think enough people are mentioning, one was definitely Earth Garon. And maybe that is because I have a bias to Mechagodzilla, because Mechagodzilla is one of my favorite Godzilla kaiju, if not my favorite Godzilla kaiju that is not Godzilla, because obviously Godzilla's favorite. But another thing is that the music playing in the trailer, I love it. I love the mysterious tone, like otherworldly tone we're getting from the music. If that's the music we're going to hear in the series, oh my god, I might have to pick up the soundtrack, or pick up the soundtrack legally, because obviously do that if you can. But no, seriously, that's making me pumped for what we might see from the, you know, like from the series of what type of music we're going to get. Um, Going back to Blazar, I remembered what I forgot to mention is that Blazar's grunts remind me a lot of Ava Unit 1 going berserk, which really is cool. That's something that that's like a unique grunt to Ultraman Blazar. Now, even though Blazar looks so much like Nexus and, the Nex mixed in with a bit of Ginga, um, and classic Ultraman, it still has like some aspects of classic Ultraman, but I will say we can technically call this a new gen Gaia. We can technically, as Gaia fans, we can definitely make we can definitely you can probably hear the gears turning in my brain trying to work this out. But here's how we're gonna claim that this is a Gaia anniversary series. You ready? Are you ready for my Grandmaster plan? So, if you know about Ultraman Gaia, you know that they oomph up the budget compared to Tiga and Diana. I mean, if you've seen the production value of Gaia, whew, I love it. And, well, lo and behold, if we look at this trailer, we can just tell the production value that's been bumped up. So, in a way, you can say that them bumping up the budget is paying a little bit of homage to Gaia. Yeah, we're trying to, you know what? I'm trying to grab as much fruit as I can because my Gaia is one of my top 5 Ultraman series, straight up. So any chance I can get to try to claim there's a Gaia anniversary, this being part of the Gaia anniversary series, I'll take it. I'll take any low-hanging fruits or very loose connections that are like, no, that's probably not what they were doing, but I'm gonna claim it. All right, it is there. I love how we're getting an original kaiju, but if the leaks are to be, true, and so far, the leaks have been spot on. If the leaks are spot on, we're getting more original kaiju, like more than we've seen in new gen, Ultraman, because a lot of new gen just kind of been recycling suits, but yeah, just looking at this, and the action and just I want it now. I'm like, I'm sold. I'm very hooked. I've never been this excited for a new Ultraman entry. Like this excited for a new Ultraman entry where I'm where I'm like trying to think up what might go through. And I'm not even theorizing in this video because I'll be straight up. I don't know what's going to happen. And that's what excites me the most is that I don't know what is going to happen. There's also more information, that was like released in a press release and whatnot. It mentions that the lead also is going to have a wife and kid. So hopefully that plays like a major role into the show. That's something we haven't seen in an Ultraman show in a while, like sort of like family life style. And we especially haven't seen like an Ultraman with a kid since Ultraman G'd. But if we're talking about main protagonists with a kid and a wife, that's the next. So yeah, this is like this looking Kino, my friends. I don't know what Kino means, but I hear that's what the kids say. see, this is how I'm relating to the main protagonist. I don't know what modern slang is anymore. But yeah, I'm just I don't know what to expect. I can only theorize. Um, but right now I just want more. I want it now. And what's cool is that we're getting a dub simulcast release for this show. That's amazing. That means more people are going to be watching the show as it airs. Awesome. Um, what did trip me up was sort of the wording they had on their initial tweet. It said the Japanese version was going to be available with subtitles in Asian, you know, Asian countries, while the dub is going to be available simulcast through, you know, like a dub's going to be available for, other countries like internationally. And then I guess, the wording of the tweet, it tripped me up because it sort of made me feel like, are we not going to get the sub over here in the States? Because I would honestly prefer to watch the sub. I mean, I have no problems with the dub. In fact, like I said, I'm enjoying the Ultraman Z dub. If that's the same quality, yes, please. But, yeah, I would just prefer to watch the Japanese version. Anyways, though, I think I've rambled on a bit too much. I mean, this has already been like 20 minutes, like a little over 20 minutes. I've just been rambling and just, but again, it's just like, I am just this excited. Like, so like again, normally I don't do trailer reactions. In fact, like I contemplated about if I would do one for the title reveal of Godzilla X Kong and the New Empire, but I fell with that one even though I'm sort of in that same camp, like I don't know what to expect. I'm also in like I haven't seen enough. I'm not fully on board the hype train. I mean, obviously I'm going to see it. I'm a lifelong Godzilla fan. And I am very intrigued about it. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm just not sure, I guess it's more of like people have already said what I would have said, but here with Blazar, people probably have already said what I've been saying, but I'm just a ton more excited about what we saw in Ultraman Blazar because oh my goodness, this looks so good. It looks like Heisei Ultraman. That's what it looks like. And I, even though I have not seen Cosmos yet, that's the one main Heisei entry. Well, if we are just Cosmos and Neos, okay? Like out of the main entries of the Heisei, those are the only ones I haven't watched. I recently watched Max this year, and I watched Ultraman Nexus late last year, early this year. And of course, I'm a huge fan of Ultraman Mebius. That's another top 5, So anything that reminds me of Mebius, Max, and Nexus, and even Gaia, Dinah, Tiga. Well, okay, I shouldn't say Tiga and Dinah because we had Trigger and Decker, but anything that reminds me of Gaia, Nexus, Max, Mebius, those like Ultraman shows, yes, please. This is what I want. Okay, I think I've gone on record of this being the longest anyone has rambled about a 2-minute Ultraman trailer. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Sorry for the sloppy ramble and the, very rough sketch of Ultraman Blazar. I feel like I'm going to be drawing some fan art of Blazar, but it is admittedly a tough design to nail down. It is a very, very chaotic design, but I'm looking forward to the challenge. I guess I'm looking to get the next Ultra reviews. And it's been January since I had my Ultra Q video, but My original goal is for April, and I'm going to try to get done by next weekend. But if not, I will try to get it done before I leave to All Monsters Attack 2, which I showed a trailer off in my Grigman video that I posted earlier this week. If I don't get it done by All Monsters Attack 2, then it'll be done as soon as I get back. So that would be like still early May. That is going to be of the original series. You know, yeah. And I'm also looking to get back into making more content frequently. Because I'm on Twitter, I announced I made a decision in my life, and I'm gonna try to pursue an art career. So for the time being, at least for a short term, I'm gonna have a bit more time to work on YouTube, and art. Anyways, with that said, again, thank you so much for tolerating my excited, jumbled up ramble about Ultraman Blazar. If you are excited about Ultraman Blazar, just as I am, leave a like down below. Comment, tell me what you're excited most about Ultraman Blazar. Subscribe if you want to see more Tokusatsu videos or Tokusatsu related videos, or just see what I have in store, because I have videos I want to make that aren't necessarily Tokusatsu related, but we'll see. And yeah, I guess that's it for the video. I'm really excited for Blazar. I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care and shoo watch!